Nagyayaya ang ngiti, di na nga mapakali. Nagyayaya ang ngiti, di na nga mapakali. Halika na, tara na, doon na nga ang punta. Labas lahat ng ngipin, sumasayaw sa tuwa. Ganyan ang feeling kapag bida ang saya. Bida tayo, san bida ang bata. Sa Jollibee na tayo, mas matunog, mas masaya. Sa Jollibee na tayo, wala nang iba. Sa Jollibee, bida ang saya. Bida ang saya. Dito lahat ay idol, dito lahat bida. Pinagsamang saya't sarap, sige na, sayaw na. Labas lahat ng ngipin, sumasayaw sa tuwa. Ganyan ang feeling kapag bida ang saya. Bida tayo, kung saan bida ang bata. Sa Jollibee na tayo, mas matunog, mas masaya. Sa Jollibee na tayo, wala nang iba. Sa Jollibee, bida ang saya. Bida ang saya. Nagyayaya ang ngiti, di na nga mapakali. Halika na, tara na, doon na nga ang punta. Labas lahat ng ngipin, sumasayaw sa tuwa. Ganyan ang feeling kapag bida ang saya. Bida tayo, kung saan bida ang bata. Sa Jollibee na tayo, mas matunog, mas masaya. Sa Jollibee na tayo, wala nang iba. Sa Jollibee, bida ang saya. Bida ang saya. Dito lahat ay idol, dito lahat bida. Pinagsamang saya't sarap, sige na, sayaw na. Labas lahat ng ngipin, sumasayaw sa tuwa. Ganyan ang feeling kapag bida ang saya. Bida tayo, kung saan bida ang bata. Sa Jollibee na tayo, mas matunog, mas masaya. Sa Jollibee na tayo, wala nang iba. Sa Jollibee, bida ang saya. Bida ang saya. Nagyayaya ang ngiti, di na nga mapakali.
Oh, hello. Welcome. Now Jollibee Street. I have the menu. If you can read it. Can I take your order? Till we get C1?
Wherever in this
Under-
world I roam,
Probably
I carry
not.
memories of my home.
But I hope we get
Displayed.
constellations for
It
Farazan
is the
at
last
least.
link I have to the land of my birth.
Ah! I pressed the wrong button. What happened? Why am I Kazu?
Clear weather all around brightens the heart.
Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite
At my Jollibee
beautiful.
hat. Have a
But alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
Where are you, Charmy? You're not here.
There
You're
are
ready
leaves
for it.
around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Are we gonna disc?
Most humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but a few short lines. Their stories really make for terribly dull reading.
Oh, Charmy, you have level 8. You have artifacts. Your weapon. Did you see it? And I don't know the controls for key. What?
Bow before me, worm.
You're gonna fight yourself. I don't care, Skyrim.
Insignificant pest.
Have a shield. I'll give you shield.
Power. Stabilize. Know the place. You cannot defy me, mortal.
Here, shield.
My endless cycle begins. Solidify.
Did that.
I am the all-knowing God. Burn to oblivion.
You need to kill this. Oh, I can shoot. Ah! It teleported. Sorry. Ah! It moved. Energy.
Reality is pain.
Heal.
Good riddance, cruel world.
He's on.
Solidify. Possible.
I give you shield.
Wretched vermin. I was destined for more.
Mirror and what does Kara need? Hello, Charmy. Thank you for. You have the burger. Is that? Oh no, it's not the burger. You have the cupcake. Have the hamster cup. Oh yeah. I have the cupcake. What's the boss?
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Who wants some of this? Stabilize. This is order. Quake! Charge! Everyone on me! Order guide! It's showtime!
Oh, what's that 100k?
You dare to gaze upon me?
Is
Embrace
that
your searing reckoning.
the cow?
Embrace your searing reckoning.
I will have order.
May healing because of the burn. And my shield. Ago.
Attaboy! Want some of this?
Barasa heal.
I never asked for redemption. Never.
What do we get? Ooh, we got 3.
I see everything.
This is no place to loaf around.
Is this ooh. After are we them gonna
Thunder.
Life goes on. Nothing lasts forever.
Right now. Weak.
Right here.
Your verdict is decided.
This is order.
Illusions are but distractions.
that are, oh, you got
Faster. Go.
serial one.
Save me. Tension is over. The Temple of Wisdom.
Here. Emerge. All returns to silence.
Where?
What a dreadful ending.
Oh,
Solidify. I will have order.
Right here. Orders given. Orders received. Right here. Right now.
Order guide.
kill.
I'm always right. Life goes on. Faster? Okay, faster. Right now. Emerge.
Hello people, how are you? What's your order?
Right now.
I'm here. Crumbles before me.
Hey, Jollibee. A Jollibee streamer now. Oh, we're gonna bring child. Child. How
This
many
opportunity is
80?
quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle.
Oh, you don't like Johnny.
Not bad.
Yeah, Jollibee fries sucks.
Take me more seriously.
Hot dog fries is better. But Chicken Joy is better than Chicken Mix.
Feel the same swarm fury.
Chicken sandwich. Pampa Void.
Press the advantage. Unsightly insects. Come into being.
Some you win, and some you lose.
How was your day, peep?
Swan fury.
Oh, you can fly. 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 This is...
Osmanthus
Oh no, this is
wine
the
tastes
music.
the same as I remember.
I might get the Chi-Chi, but I want that.
It is time, Morax.
Eh,
We settle this now.
why am I the only one getting? Oh, nice. Drinking time. Joy.
Unleash!
Just finished work and continue. And now we're doing weekly.
Obey! Do your master's bidding! Whirling spell! Sakura swirl!
And we're gonna try to pull and see if we'll get the wonder. Hello, Pokedev. How are you, Pokedev?
Unleash!
This is order.
Thank you for the hydrate. I'll hydrate once I...
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it
Goes
not.
on.
Why did I get the cutscene while you guys... Get stage?
Obey!
Oh yeah! Did you see the emotes have Santa hats? My current hat is a Jollibee hat. Yeah.
Orders received.
I'm a Jollibee streamer now. We're gonna try out the Yu-Gi-Oh game
Order guide.
Opening
here in
box of a
Genshin.
Death Knight
Unleash!
What's the card game called again? Sanmig, nice. Thank you, Pokediv. Have fun studying. What's the name? Invocation? Something. I'm gonna draw here in Rotten. Wait, what's our pity?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Relax. The wind rises.
That's 10. 54. 54 is our. So let's see. Forget it. 64.
Right now. Emerge.
Nope. It's gonna be another heartbeat. Oh, we got. That's 74.
Osmanthus wine tastes.
Why? It's gonna be heartbeating again!
But where are those who share?
Genshin, why do you hate me? You didn't even give me Faruza. 74. Oh, let's see. 75. 26. 77. 78! Ooh, I got water! Ooh! We got him! Nice! Oh no, my A constellation is in danger.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is. If someone
Ooh, we
can't
got the
handle it,
Wanderer. Nice.
maybe that's their problem.
We're gonna try his weapon.
Osmanthus wine
Oh,
tastes
we
the
got
same as I
18.
remember. But where are those who share the
Oh wait,
memory?
we could buy.
Committed to memory.
Right
Yeah.
now. Emerge.
Maybe your world is lucky, Cham. What's our pity for the weapon? Hello, Yuki. No, I won't. I'm just gonna use Primo gems. Oh no, our pity is just one.
Right here. Right
We're
now.
not gonna get
Right
the
here.
weapon. But at least even if we suddenly get lucky and get the sword, it's for
There's no
Ito
need to
anyway.
exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
Yeah, this is 11.
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as
We
I
got
remember.
Sayu.
But where are those who share the memory?
This is 21. Nothing. Last pull. Oh, we can buy pulls. Pulls. Do the charming method one by one. 22. Nothing.
Everyone hold hands.
20.
You think I've got a
Emerge.
sharp
Right
tongue?
now.
I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem.
Saj. But at least we got the Wanderer. Thank you, Chami po. Your world is lucky. I got to.
Osmanthus
won
wine
the
tastes the
50.
same as I remember. But where are those
Gonna
who
return to
share the memory?
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Emerge. I don't have the mats. I don't want to get those mushrooms. I didn't even get Faruzan. We're gonna replace. Where are you?
What do you want from me?
What? We did not get any constant. Having trouble. Why is he?
Relax. I can see the great deal of effort you put forth.
Dream solvent for except Geofrog. Oh, what is this the dragon?
The wind is blowing this way.
Do you want to fight the dragon with me, Charmy? Have the battle pass. You don't have the extra resin. Gonna run out of the stupid mushroom. Why are you always angry? Ah, we need a lot of these. I hate it. Oh, we could draw for D. Oh, we got Sayukon. Sayu's just... Have you played the card game? Oh, we can do the 12.
Osmanthus wine
Have 7.
the same as I remember.
4. Oh, we had got cooked. 7. Order Jollibee to get 5 stars. Well, let's see if the Charmy method works. Charmy, give me the weapon. Oh, Charmy.
But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the
We
memory?
got cookie constant. Really, my cookies just C1. Poor cookie. What are the things? Oh, we can do the quest or the card game. Why is thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, we forgot the bold ritual. Do we have enough primo gems? I want another. Let's do the quests. Right? Going. Going to get this voice.
Come on,
Nice.
serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma! Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
Still, let's go.
Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
For no. So is there a separate Scaramouche story quest aside from the arc?
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Looking for me. Looking for me.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
Yeah, if you don't believe, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatara Suna?
That's annoying to
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Ah, I see.
Sorry, I can't help.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatara Suna's past. But who'd have
Maybe.
thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatara Suna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And
Is
shortly
it
afterwards,
Wonder?
as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a
Or the
murder happens?
Other.
Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts
And the
exactly.
fishy too.
So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Wow!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
It be.
Wait, so there are two missing people in the story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have
As
happened in the
was hunting.
Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
There's more.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all
It's
my
so
years as a writer,
sensational.
this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human.
Oh,
But a
so it
puppet.
is. Scaramouche.
Puppet?
Shogun puppet that Electra made should be the balladeer.
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Shut up, Paimon. Look at that glare.
No, Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events
Did
are
you
to be
finish this
expected,
already, Charlie?
And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Otter Sawad man arrived in the afar he spied labor factory. Talk like Pete. Are reaching back from light inspired was it? And mere the man bark. Oh, bark. Full greeting is sprinted. There, at our guard. Half ahead, taller. Oh, that's not the balladeer, it's tall. Heavy's haven't yet. Do my eyes see Mr. Miyazaki? I cannot think that the return trip here from Inazuma. Miyazaki smiled like a young. Expression like Katsuragi upon the fastest ship. What dangers could I have about it? There was some natural. There's uproarious laughter, roughhousing. A young man dressed in a linen shirt and wearing a headscarf. The dancing flame. Flames of the forge are integrity. His fingertips sat a little, what? And on his face he wore a smile. The workshop was huge. A person might think that there should have been, yet he's only when Katsuragi and Miyazaki strode to the room did the Watcher. The Watcher was Neem, armory officer and the administrator of the born to the Niwak line, serve as pillars of it. Anyone never argued with worthy suppose he received as a result of high standing with powers. Miyazaki handed up bundled it just said, sir, elders of your clan in this think highly of your our plan. Still believe worth that. As such, I have found the proper vendors and will study the text and nodded. Try some of the forging technique. Whether Kadehara says yeah or no. Katsuragi frowned and with a sigh he said, forging is a precise and difficult. I know this better than most. I spent each day with my lord Nagamasa. Hear this? The darkness in his face. What are we talking about? Are we forging a weapon? Iwa. Lying how goes forging a Katsuragi neither wanted to shame his master, not think of any way to defend. I see your ears are answered. As unlearned men. Miyazaki did when hearing, or released the shirt from his hand to Katsuragi's. What's that, Liz? Just as more words were to be exchanged. Light with the celebrity of you. Head that round light of the looked like an. The young man placed some box food that's. Katsuragi called out after him. What your share? Going to it? The young monarch. Birds found himself like at a loss. After a while he answered, very well. Welcome to the food. We'll eat. Nodded and left. It's that man. The balladeer. What do we call the wanderer now? Just the wanderer. The kabukimono was by the coast. Sunset fell to the accompaniment of darkness, bands of twilight. In their place, under rumbling the omens of coming. Darkness filled the flesh of the sea, dusk big, to kneel upon the land. Supplication mirroring the knees bent and face pointed toward the none passed that way, and none knew what he was. Time passed, heard and uncovered, till a black cloud suddenly began to circle the kabuki, bearing down on him like not aware at first. After his studying gaze was refined by he understood this cloud had marked him from outbound of lights of it flickering in mist and spooled across the ceiling sight from deadly haze. It is but dusk. How are my eyes darkened? Anyone that can deliver my boat upon safe? Falling spear, Black cloud reached. It was joining in its earthness. The charging beast, they plunged. 10 steps away, the kabuki planting his head, studied the not but half an arm was left of it. And with a plop, landed. Was that man dismembered by the storm? Landed at the Kamukimono's feet. Crouched, better studied up, training against the earth. What? Don't eat the hand! Don't eat the harm! Yet he did not, for the dark cloud swirling down had picked her up. Kabukimono stared at it. When he returned to himself, the clouds had scattered. Never been there. For the ship struck down. Was to Katsuragi rushed to the doorway, shouted, "My lord! Things go ill at the furnace. I have searched for anyone. There is no. Much time has passed since Sir Miyazaki left, but he has yet to send us any. Look, Koshi Nagamasa turned slowly, face grave as well. He spoke then, words heavy. I wish not to say such. Sir Miyazaki may never. Katsuragi peered past Nagamasa's cold stiff beyond the window. Clouds above boiled in. Darkness now was the only, and might even morph into an abyssal beast. Tatarosuna is the island, right? Over 10 people had already. Was why Katsuragi recoiled as if, yes, coming back, ribs and rabs. That was why they had to set out and see. Miyazaki had been the first to set sail. Clouds had only just begun to form then. Traveling from Tatarosuna to Inazuma, ask for support was normally no great feat, yet there had been no sign of his. Then, a second ship was followed by a third and a fourth, till the Kabukimono himself had departed upon. Under foul skies and omens, it had been Katsuragi who treated him as his own, pained him greatly. Oh, is Katsuragi the friend that died that Ascara hated because he died? Didn't Dottore kill that? Pained him greatly, the lad. Patient in Tatarosuna. Even should they sacrifice more lives, it would have been a system. Niwa was gone and none could find. Afterwards, the Gamasa led search party into the also no. Folk began to wonder if Niwa might have encountered an accident. Turned to suspect. Wondered if he had fled of having caused this incident. But grew ever more suspicious. Trained against this. Suddenly, the presence did not go unnoticed. But, though he only nicked this, for a moment they swayed and then, like marionette pulled by string, they moved behind the Gamas, laughing dark. Are you seeking someone, my lord? Perhaps? Masam told him. They addressed Sir Niwa directly, yet the figure parted like only to materialize, but not beyond. A ghastly approach. Was it you who slept? Sorry. Held back only by Katsuragi's death. Sense and realized he was but an inch away from fall. Seems that the rest of his work remains unfinished. However, it's apparent that this is a novel of fantastical, colorful sensibility, born from our imagination. So, is this story true or not?
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
Wow, why this is became it's a reading stream now. Hello, Tiny's the best. How are you? Thank you for the brain charming. Can you do the things? Thank you, Tiny. Welcome to the reading stream. A brief analysis of possible events of historical importance in Tales. This text belongs to a series of works sponsored by the Humanas Vilcator. But yeah, how was your stream, Tiny? Oh, you were playing Valorant.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm drunk, man. I can't see anything.
Oh,
Why are
no.
you playing that on stream?
I mean,
Somebody has been. Ah! Somebody needs to be punished. How are you guys? How are you, Ghoul? Welcome to follow Tiny. Thank you for following Tiny. Akabas Abstract. Yeah, playing Valo. Yeah, I tried the Valo once and never again. I won't play it again. You just die instantly. But it's fun to play with friends. Probably I won't play it alone. Somebody invites me and want to supper. Suffer. It would be okay. Competitive. Go Berber. But did you get the rank that you want? Or did you downgrade to a lower rank? Thank you for that, Rudy. Level your you're playing. You lost 3. Oh no. Yeah, you need to stop. And rest for a while. Okay, if you're gonna level your Asian account, really. Go platinum, well, your gold. Oh. Why is there matchmaking like that? Level 20 Asian account. Mine turned level 2. Okay, we were at the same level when we started. How are you all already 17? What? Okay, Tiny, enjoy your food. Thank you for dropping by. What happened? What did you do? How did you become level 17 immediately? Now let's read again. Abstract. The Tarsuna area has always been a major pillar of Inazuma. 2 incidents have occurred here in detail. First are vague at best. I believe, however, that there might have been a history behind the event transfer. Hence, this paper will. We're just reading thesis now. This is the stream. We're reading a scholar's thesis. Sorry, Tatarasuna area, Raiden Gokaden, Mikoshi Nagamasa, Kabukimon. Introduction. Yeah, this is they need to defend their thesis, so we're gonna read. This paper continues and expands the works of my mentor, Mr. Rumi. Report on the aptly hidden tales of the Tatarasuna, and is intended to further this avenue of. According to the data, the blade forging techniques of Inazuma were originally handed down from the Electro Archon, also known as the Right. Using the arts that they inherited from Archon, the people of Inazuma devoted themselves to the process of forging. However, strange rumors that do not quite fit this work yet linger about them, which was a central pillar of the forge. There, the Mikoshi and Niwa clans, along with an eccentric puppet, serve as the 3 window. Body. Dear Ate Charo. Mayroong puppet. Strange notes from the Tatarusuna area. Their contents are as follows. Perhaps I overstepped. Think that Sir Nagamasa's when he forged. The obsessions to cleanse the stain in the name of Mikoshi. Also, Sir Katsuragi discovered a nameless eccentric while patrolling the Nazu. Vector bought a certain number of G. Sir Katsuragi discussed matters of smithing deep into the night by his arm. We at last made a single Nagamaki. What's a Nagamaki? We call it the Daitatara Nagamasa. Are we gonna get a sword from this? The inspector was in high spirits and by his armory of Nozomu was taken by beauty by Tatara Nagamasa that drew a picture of him, and he performed a sword dance. And we could not find that eccentric. Inspector flew into a rage and slashed Katsuragi. The great blade cut deep into the flesh, past his own Nagamaki. Is that Nagamaki a sword? Nozomu could not abide by that. The weapon out of the furnace, he was horrified. Nozomu died that night, I dare say, while Sir Katsuragi may have committed maleficence. It was out of the goodness. Injury hid the Nagamaki. Tomasa is harsh, but right from wrong. Even so, he's unable to reason. Name indicates one obsessed. Still, I had some household have not been blinded by. I also forget the joke. Joy was watching this eccentric perform. Oh, Tuskara perform a sword dance with Katsuragi. The sword dance with Katsuragi. Oh no, Tuskara doing. Before we, was it? Isn't he a catalyst user? Before we withdrew, we should have divided 3 points. 1 for the inspector, 1 for the armory officer, and 1 to be left in. We weren't too much of her inspector nor the armor officer. So I was so bold to hide the 3 pieces within treasure chest in. Oh, they broke. 7 notes mentioned prior to have scattered the Tatarasuna area. Among the 7 notes, 6 of seem to be of talent. Though they all look quite old, while the last one believe that the first 6 notes and last are of different time periods. So the gulf in years between them needs to be verified. The events of the first 6 should also be related to each other, as the incidents mentioned are quite consistent with one another. Rumi once mentioned in Happily Hidden Tales of Tatarasu, thereafter known as Tales, that in the past, researchers from Sumen had investigated the cultural history of Tatarasuna. Some degree of disrepair since the Hidden Tales were written. Things have improved since the time when I wrote my original art. Regardless, what I used in an era of major industry means placed most inhospitable. Residents of Tatarasuna may be found living and dwelling by the waters. Residents, when questioned, told the researchers of Tatarasuna's golden age. Now it's scrapped now. When it was administered by Armory Officer Niwa, Vice Armory Officer Miyazaki, and Kamiko. Yet the elders among the locals with deeper ties to the stressed the fact that there were strange rumors surrounding their home. A great many of these rumors revolved around the yokai, who are so very characteristic. Small portion, however, repeatedly mentions the word puppet. Oh, so it should be known that the puppets are neither traditional nor common yokai. Back drew the attention of the researchers to delve further, and eventually, the following piece of information came to light. A puppet did once appear in Tatarasu. Which was elegant, the apparel impeccable, the dress hid all the joint line. No one were to mention that it was indeed a puppet. It'd be hard to tell at all. Additionally, this puppet seemed to possess special joint lines that fade with time, potentially even disappear. Which would perhaps eventually make the puppet seem entirely old, so that's why. The name of the puppet was known to almost none. Some folk claim to have spotted it appearing around Tatarasun, while others mentioned encountering it in central regions. Some even claimed that it would frequently be read of it standing beside across the waters. What it was that the puppet was gazing at remained. As I mentioned, the 6 notes all document a certain nameless eccentric. The eccentric, which can also be read as Kabukim. Oh, that's it's usually an Inazuma to refer to a figure who dresses or behaves in a. Oh, that's Kara indeed. It is understandable, therefore, why this character would have left such a. Could the people of Tatarasuna indeed have had a puppet in their midst during mass panic? A good possibility considering the coexistence between yokai and humans. Then the puppet would have very likely. What is less well known is if the kabuki title for this puppet. Perhaps because it was uniquely dressed to distract attention from its more special, workable theory, one that still lacks enough evidence. Still, it can be retained as a lens. Or probably Skara just wanted the drip. A list of individuals related to Tatarasuna has been compiled here based on historical. Starting from the administrators, the records. Armory Officer Niwa, full name Niwa Sahid, was the inheritor of the and successor to the Niwa family, along with Akame and Kadahara clan, were together known as the Ishin Sansaku. Records show that Neo was a modest and intelligent individual who displayed remarkable talent in the administration of the eventual whereabouts are unknown, but to have left Tatarasuna. Vice Armory Officer Miyazaki, full name Miyazaki Kane. He was Neo's second in command, and he primarily assisted forging. He was affable temperament, had many friends in the region, including one Mikoshi Nagama. Tomasa is the inspector and the successor of the Mikoshi clan. Mikoshi, where did I hear that last name? In Inazuma. Mikoshi. Mikoshi. Mikoshi clan adopted son to Uniwara Mikoshi Chiyo and the younger adopted brother, Mikoshi Miki. Also known as Iwakura, the mother missing and abandoned by Gamasa alone bore the family's name, striving daily to wipe shame from their history. The records state that Mikoshi Nagamasa was a stubborn. It's also noted to be a person of moral virtue and integrity. Been noted in various records that practiced forging swords for self-cultivation, especially requested special instructions from Miyazaki to further his capability. However, after the famous blade Itatara Nagamasa was forged, he used it to slay his subordinate Tsuragi for reasons unknown at Oyo. Do you know who Mikoshi is, Jeremy? I think. Where did I hear that? I think it's from Genshin. Katsuragi's full name background remain unknown. Despite all materials I've searched through, I've yet to find any personal information. As one of Mikoshi Nagamasa, loyal warrior who had been saved by Nagamasa in his youth. From then on, he swore to stick by his lord through thick and thin, to give his life in service. Kabukimono, full name unknown, background unknown. From the many sources I've compiled combined with Rumi's personal observations, this character might have been the puppet mentioned. So this is Kabukimono was a figure of fashionable grace and gentleness. According to the hidden tales, he was brought back to Tatarasuna by Katsuragi and became a member of the community. When Kabukimono first arrived in Tatarasuna, he knew nothing of cleansing, cooking, and any work of meticulous. The locals taught him their skills over time, showing him how to clean his attire, dance, and craft small trinkets. Records state that the Kabukimono was there when the Itatara Nagamasa reached trail ends before Mikoshi Nagamasa slew Katsuragi. I believe that the Kabukimono was in the puppet, that he quite likely had a hand in it. It seemed that the rest of the paper remains unfinished. One thing for sure, though a lot of thought was.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but
can't do
I
that
think
in a
essays
thesis.
should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Has this guy ever written an essay? Yeah, sounds more like
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
I'll leave you.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay!
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
How about no? Hi.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
What? Oh, why are you out? What's wrong?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the balladeer! No, it
Just
couldn't
walking
be.
around.
He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Then why did you let him? Maybe he just ordered his new clothes. He needed the new drip, so he went to the market. Aida. Let him go. Yeah.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand
Yeah, why
more
don't you
about
share that
in
with...
the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets.
Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
For me?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
What if he lies to you?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Oh, such a good thank you, Nahida.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out
Oh,
the
we're
task I
going with the
assigned.
ballad.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Where's Ka?
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last
Pretty.
time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Aranara.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
They sent me to babysit you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Sayang magil. Understood.
Fine, let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
For all the
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul.
This is like, what's the name of the thing in the chasm? Different than what?
Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so, say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Oh, I should. But you're the one who touched them. Stop touching them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
I must shut up.
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Like we're inside the internet.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our
Shut
heads?
up, Paimon. Guessing that.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Achundere.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Past the betrayals and
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
actually, they run into him.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
You mean
Everyone
always
has
angry?
a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Well, Nahida, if a cowboy and some.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gese got it right?
Guessing.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
You have every right to keep certain things.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So,
Being a baby.
have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Every conversation with you is hard to work.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
Oh, what's that?
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
What?
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher.
Escher?
Is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami
Miles.
Island to
Thank you
seek
for
an
the
audience
reminder.
with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you,
Who are
does
you,
it,
man?
Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with
What's
that
your order?
smile on your face?
We're doing the quest.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
We're helping Scaramouche transform.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common
Out of
denominator
stock na
among
po
all these
peach mango
events.
pie na
Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi
Meron
is more
pang tuna
cautious
pie
than
po.
I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr.
Are you
Niwa,
gonna stab
are you
me?
suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here.
Hello,
And
Shinohara.
I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside.
Welcome,
probably to
welcome,
my death.
Raiders. Thank you for the
What
follow.
about you?
How are you
What are
guys?
you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust
You're a
me.
blacksmith.
Drop the act.
How are you?
We're past that now.
Hara.
Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just
there,
want to
thank
know
you,
what you're still
Pokédex.
doing here. What's left?
What the
Don't you
fuck?
have all your answers
Oh,
by now?
hello, I glitch.
Honestly, I'm just waiting for
Hello,
the right
nag-glitch
moment.
ako. Hello, nag-glitch ako. Ba't what the
A
fuck?
moment like
What's
this.
happening in Tower of Fantasy?
You finish talking and I stop you from
Ah,
entering the
developers,
furnace.
hello? Hello, developers, hello?
It's an underwater river.
Go, Nyori.
An underwater
You're a
river.
little
How was your
smarter than I initially
stream?
gave you credit for.
Did you also
I thought
finish
I'd
this
disguised
quest?
myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days.
Oh, thank you,
To my
Miles.
surprise, you had your people look into my background right
How
from
was
the
your
start.
stream? Did you play
It's
the
a long journey
what do you
from
call that?
Inazuma
Genius
to
Invocation
Fontaine, but that
TCG?
didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all.
Oh, who are you?
And yet,
Are you Fatui?
despite all of that, you still fail to realize my
Oh,
true
you just start-
identity and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Oh no, who are
Did
you?
you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Is it Dottore?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place?
Oh, hello. Thank you for
Is that
following.
it?
Jai.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person.
Oh, you're beginning of Archon quest.
Some may
This is
not see
the
him
quest
as a
after
person, but
the final
you
Archon
told him
quest.
yourself. You're not.
So
a
this
puppet.
might be spoilers,
You're
but
a
this is
human.
Kara's story.
You're just
A little bit.
missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
Sumeru's quest is nice.
This makes no sense.
No, that's not
What are you
streamer
really
luck
trying to
Div. It was
accomplish by
hard
all
pity.
this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which
I
I
just
have
had
in
a lot of pity.
abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm
Yeah,
happy
go
to
to sleep.
divulge my
Thank you
true
for dropping by,
identity.
Shinar. Thank you for the raid.
I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
Oh, you are the doctor.
Fatui?
God damn it, doctor.
What do you want?
Just to
So
create
you killed
a minor
Scarra's friend.
inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Good night, Shinar.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us.
Also, the doctor
He has
experimented
nothing
on Tara.
to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
Oh, the voice acting has emotion.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa, already dead. What a pity.
I hope we can kill the doctor.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me, creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
That's how he be. Now he knows the
Hey, are
you
you
were
alright?
used.
Dottore.
Oh no, he's becoming crazy.
Dottore. Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Hey, what? Betrayal was a lie and he believed. Never happened. Heard this.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Okay, let's go.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Or
I'm still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand.
What if
Perhaps
Paimon
you
is
needed to learn
praying
it
us right
someday.
now by pretending to
So
be their
now
friend?
you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the kabuki mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna.
Oh,
Later,
Haruka
the
Hime.
doctor showed up
Hello,
disguised
hello.
as the mechanic
Hime
from
Raid.
14.
Welcome, Raiders.
And that's when the trouble
We're
began.
doing the new
It was all a
Archon
horrific
Interlude
experiment
quest.
planned by the doctor. Everything he did was
So
just to plant
spoilers
seeds
if you
of
haven't done
disaster in
this.
Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's
How are you,
experiment,
Haruka Hime?
the balladeer became the main
You were playing
test
Genshin. Did you finish this
After
quest?
the events you just saw
Let's
in
follow
that
her.
memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then he instructed him to enter the
How are you?
furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace.
Oh, you're farming for a
and
wanderer.
said to the
So you're looking for
mechanic,
mushrooms.
"This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place. for
Hello,
fear of
Setsu.
punishment.
How are you?
He left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest.
Yeah, I
of
hate
the
finding
innocent
those mushrooms.
servants.
I need to farm them
The
too.
mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart
I'm doing
acquired through
fine.
cold-blooded
Scar's
murder
Quest,
is a cursed
you
thing,
just learned
but it has
the
protected
truth.
him from the filth.
So sad
He
for you.
thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival.
You're suffocating on your own room,
Anger and
Setsu.
sorrow, the balladeer
Why is
threw
it
the
so
heart
hot
to the
right
ground
now?
and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy
No, no spicy noodle karaoke.
Doctor
We won't
killed an
reach
innocent
300.
man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Oh no. The doctor is so evil. Doesn't mean vengeance was the...
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Is he gonna move on? Well, of course he would. Become the
Tatori, you
wanderer.
brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Can we move? Yeah, I got the wanderer. It's hard pity again.
Shall we see how he's doing?
But it's from 50-50. I won.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Now I have to get those stupid mushrooms.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
Okay, Pokemon will pretend that I got streamer luck. You just want to make sure this doesn't affect the plan.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Yeah, me too. I hate looking for those mushrooms.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Not unexpected, but still. But at least Scarra knows the truth.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
30 pulls after last...
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in
Oh,
Kamiya,
Jester was a royal
and lived
mage.
with your sister for a time.
Jester.
I don't know the details.
So the Jester is
It's up to
probably.
you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is,
What is this
I
code,
wouldn't lie to
Charmy?
you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Yeah, you need.
What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right.
Blame
My
your
power's all
codes.
but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Do you want to know?
Give me your hand.
No. Holding hands, that's lewd. No.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Trying to brainwash
No,
me.
I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with
But
you.
we're talking without time.
So
No
tell
way.
me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
No, Scara. Move on. Don't change the past. If we're pinning Pokédex. Why would you ask that?
Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Yeah, it was lewd, Paimon. Don't look at it.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me.
Oh.
So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of
Thank
here
you, thank you for
quickly.
following Jenny Miggy.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Paimon, we have to stop.
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Are you gonna change
From
the
this day
past?
forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
And how are you gonna do that?
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance.
So that's why he's
I
gonna be a
enjoy
new
nothing more
person.
than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer!
Oh, why is the Japanese voice angry?
Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
You can change the past here
Oh
in the.
no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
He lost you.
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I
Oh,
was suddenly
see,
cut
and
off
he's
by
angry.
some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
Now, everything is.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep
Gonna
some of
change
his
the
power
past.
hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Oh, really? They use the same voice actor. You're talking to your
We're
twin.
out. And we're at, an inn or something?
How did you?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
there anything I can do?
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
Oh, you're
An
locking me inside
emergency?
the room.
How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Scar gonna change.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Held hands. And doesn't remember great.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible.
Not E?
Right. You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life.
He already did.
It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Wonder and Trouble same. A little bit. Oh, he copied our name.
Why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused.
Maybe he wants to erase himself from. Paimon, you broke. Gonna pay for that, Paimon.
Accidentally.
Don't think too much, Paimon. It could hurt your.
Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Not necessarily.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Valdir does. People in this scenario, it will affect everyone.
There's nothing we can do about it at
Oh
this
no, what
point.
would happen to them?
Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do?
Is that why we're getting the school uniform, Ayaka? Because of a change in the past?
Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Me neither.
So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things?
No, not food, Paimon.
That doesn't work. Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes. Cream stew. Sauteed matsutake. And Dragon chili chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad.
Paimon just lit.
Oh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and
Go to sleep, Paimon. Oh, everything is changing. What's wrong?
What do we...
Oh, something has
Paimon's
changed.
supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about.
Getting so worried about the situation with the Balladeer.
The Balladeer? Is that a food
Oh
too?
no, it changed.
Weird name, though.
He succeeded. Paimon doesn't remember the Balladeer that actually pulled it off. Guilty. That makes sense.
Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Secret. What's happening?
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
Want to go back to Inazuma? Oh no, it's
Fine by Paimon, but
what's happened
is
in
everything
Inazuma.
okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
House. And then I turned into Scar. Dr. Amen Nomatug. Dancer. Going to Inazuma. Ew, I'm using a common book. That's some have cattle. What's better for Kara? Gonna wear the solar pearl. Crit damage. Damage. The weed sit. You've been to the outside world. I don't have it. Get the black. What's the black bit? Is that the one that you collect?
We made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Wonders like they travel.
It's been a while.
Travels. Traveler means they travel because now the end goals are specific. Or the drop. Pardon me, I'd like.
Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Goken.
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind their death?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunin, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Raiden Gokunin were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither
that's
of them
how he
made it
changed.
out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokunin. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately.
Yeah, I got the
killing
final
even
drop.
bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which
Or
he
the
belonged
drops.
to. His goal was absolute.
I got the primos.
The devastation of all of the Raiden Gokunin. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
What
Was
did
there
you...
anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha
Kazuha?
recently?
Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea.
Is
He seemed
Kazuha
well.
now living in Inazuma? That's all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Where are we going? Go to the Yashirako mission. So it changed. Did Ayaka and Ayato's parents still die? Two characters. Jin and Ganyu have the same one. Albedo and... Why does Albedo and Fischl have the same? Xiao and Chongyu. Now male MC. Why are you angry, Scar?
We're here. This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters.
Oh, AR-32.
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall
His
we go
voice
in?
doesn't fit his face. Thank you upon that offer. AR, what AR are you right now, Poke? Can we take a walk in the court?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello,
Ruta.
dears. Is there something you want to say?
I ask her.
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are.
We're talking to old people
Kamisato
because it's
has
400
told
years
me
ago.
about you. What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner? Kamisato.
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although, he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual.
They changed the past. Maybe they can buff
Very
Ito.
much so.
They made changes in the past. Miyoyo, please buff Ito. That's the way to make Ito buff, changing the past.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now.
You're very welcome.
Because we need
fact,
Ito to
I
be
would love
buffed.
nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always
Yes,
saying
just as a
how
friend.
talented you are and how much she admires you.
Ayaka, just a friend.
I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have
I don't
taken
like
a
wet
turn
socks.
for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all. I mean it. Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The Commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the Commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know.
There are people always talking
Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time. As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, It makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Flirting with me for that. Thank you, the people of Kamisato clan.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being
Paimon,
really
stop.
great. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Tarasu. Ooh, would it change?
Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
Stop flirting with me, old lady.
Are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Go to... Something changed. Can I float? Oh, let's save.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
Xavier? What are you
Oh,
doing?
he's Xavier. Oh.
I was in the general area,
Xavier.
and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
That's Xavier.
Questions and
Xavier.
able to help.
You know much about that, Tarasu.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history? Area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade.
Oh, really?
Seems like the technological collaboration between
Nice.
our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Shut that. Mechanic looks like the doctor.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna?
Xavier.
Come on, ask already.
I am. Stop rushing me.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. One more.
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of Kabukimono? Into the...
A kabuki mono?
Oh, he
No,
changed
I can't
that
say
part.
that I have. I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatara Suna is concerned.
Well, they really managed to place him back to the.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome.
I wonder how
More
it
than
would
happy
change
to help.
Sumeru if
Farewell.
things didn't happen, or did he still become almost a god?
You got all the information you're looking for.
Time to go back and see Lesser Lord.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Paimon.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Xavier. Kabuki Mono. Entire word. Ooh, what's the charged attack? What can you hit? Something with it? Just the, where are the enemies? Me, sir. And someone. Go there.
Squall and Fury. Falling into.
Immediately. I'm sorry, Sky.
One with wind and cloud.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Instantly dead. Stop.
The wind knows me. Behold.
Oh, at least it can hit things from. Oh, I cannot switch when I'm flying. You need to be on the ground. Now we go to. No.
Hey, it's them.
Oh, did your stories change because of?
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the
Indeed
essay?
we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
Am I gonna read it?
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. What they have.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
Can I read it
Huh?
again?
Oh, of course.
What change? What change? Raiden Gokaden, we know. Yeah, I actually read it earlier. What changed? There's no more. Yeah, it became a reading stream earlier. I'm not gonna read this again. Oh, it turned into an eccentric mechanic from abroad. No longer the Pokemon. No mention. I don't know. Oh, they actually highlighted the new ones. Good thing there. We can read the yellow ones. A great many of these streams revolve around the yokai, who are so very characteristic of Inazuma's voice. A small portion, however, repeatedly mentions the word outside. Should be no appearance of such character expected to be based on her. It's a very curious case. Factory. And eventually, the following pieces. A foreign mechanic once visited Lee. The mission was to exchange knowledge and forge ties with the local. However, the mechanic seemed to behave suspiciously when wandering around the essential or secret. Someone tried to turn him away. They would only earn incomprehensible. The mechanic then stared into he also spent a substantial amount of time. Judging from the era, it was not uncommon to see rascal places such as the Tarasun traveling across the sides. Foreign experts being welcomed, likely not unreasonable. Yet calamity came not long after this hints at high potential for causation. However, some current assumptions are merely stress of or bears overactive imagination. Continue to theorize. Oh, so the doctor is now added there, but it okay that it and the mechanic was added. The Kabukimono was replaced. Long have I dealt with Cipher Inspector of Clue as to his mentions mechanic root parser. The aftermath of that speculate that instead of the mechanic possibly proven from overripe imagination, really did exist, perhaps even had a hand in it. Finish one thing for sure. It's nice that they highlight the things
Want to read
change.
mine as well? Here.
What changed for you? Miyazaki hid this list for words. Someone came walking nearby. By the door was that one from former plea. Added, maybe. Are you not hungry? Oh, did the doctor poison? Also find the or guess help in this trifling matter. Embarrassment. Man's amount it is now includes falling spear, the black cloud reached the bottom of the surging beast. They plunged and can't step. Mechanic laughed. Not but half an hour was left. One who had with a plop it landed. Oh, it changed. Everything changed to Dottore now. No longer crush or better study object. So when they were describing the Kabuki Mono, it was the mechanic. Second ship was sent, followed by third, fourth, left, six, two under. They should not have risk and Needed to gain aid from Inazuma. Oh, so that's what changed. The details turned into mechanic. Content has the effect of tampering with it. The balladeer said he'd erase two of his names.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Backstreet. I knew it. You told two writers what to learn.
So many new details. Thank you so much.
You didn't
for
even
sharing
share
that
the
with us.
details.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
That's some things.
Oh,
Bye for
I'm
now.
so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
That guy's voice is... I think I heard it. Yeah, they just yes, just accept the details from the traveler. What if we make up the stories that it was us? Nahida! Where's Kara?
Nahida, we're here.
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
I guess investigating a situation with the ballad.
The balladeer?
Oh, you also don't know.
It sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something
Even
you need to tell
Nahida
me?
affected. Like last time any change her missile affect her. Racing him. The one who still remembers.
Traveler?
But
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
there are things that have happened that I can remember. I have to tell you that. Oh, nice. We are the peace. There was one in the puppet who lived. After a series, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, of Inazuma, with no trust for humans, or his grudge for you, returned to Inazuma, tried in vain to become the nose. Finally, he entered Irmin's soul and learned the truth. Now that our life was built, he didn't think.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsoul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
What are we now fighting just a robot, not Skara, for the weekly bosses?
Don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond Tavat. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect him. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
You can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this.
I wonder if the sister is affected by the changes.
Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
We were enemies. Want to reset everything or? Do you remember the question he asked? He asked me. He stated because I witnessed greater Lord Racer. I can tell na he put it in.
Something else worrying you?
Secret.
Something that you can't share?
I feel empty now. You're such a radical option.
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense, every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the Doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yeah, I changed the world. Created the tragic end.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Hit the movie. Especially information presented.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
That's why it's a fairy tale.
You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul
Really
with
are
the
the god of
balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us, the now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The
Kara,
monster
the
lived
monster.
with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once
Like
in
we
a
have a
while,
bedtime story.
the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found
He's
solace
cute.
when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even
He's
without
scared
a
the
tail and
kitten.
fur like ours, you are still one
It's the
of
monster
us.
doctor.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain.
Oh yeah.
The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice.
There's
Gray
gonna be
Fox stood
art
up
of
and
that now.
addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among
This is
us.
cute.
Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two
Who's the bird?
promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never
The
again
bird
would
that
it
their
cherish a
friend
single
that
creature,
died.
nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing
Cute
its
Scara
teeth at the
kitten.
moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
What?
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story.
Oh, you took the mem.
It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
Feels like life is a fantasy.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take him out for a walk to clear his head?
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Able to see.
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Go to the bazaar. Oh, outside. Ramush, Ramush.
We're here! What should we eat first?
Nagging feel. Something important.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Pick enjoy. Give me a minute, I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, Bray, let's dig it out. Gotta be somewhere. Something about Irminsul. Forbidden knowledge.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
What? Great Lord Rukadevata said that no one can erase themselves from not even. To do the delicious.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
So even. It's not possible for the balladeer to complete the basis of the case. What happened? Where is he?
Excuse me, boss. There seems
Oh,
to be
he's
a
here.
small problem with the
With
last
the new
bill.
drip.
Look, Here.
That's a new drip. Okay, Setsu, thank you for dropping by. Best well, there he is.
Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I
thought you were a customer.
Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
Sponsored of what? No, I'm not sponsored. It's just a meme. That guy is the ballad.
He's who?
This is just a meme.
You're a
Pokedip.
strange
No, I'm
one,
not
kiddo.
sponsored.
You say you don't want any money for helping out here.
I-
and then
if
when
I
they
was,
actually
I
give you
would
some
like
work
it.
to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like
Why
me.
is
You're welcome.
he's such a bottom now?
But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking
Buy
for
us some
something in
Jollibee
return
Charmy.
eventually.
It's 1 in the
You
morning.
don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the
Yeah,
sights.
Jollibee is the biggest
Are
fast
you
food
a
restaurant in the Philippines.
drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First,
Bigger
let
than
me get those fruits you
McDonald's.
needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
That's
Okay,
foul.
stay out of sight. Don't
All the Jollibees are closed, Charmy. It's 1 in the morning. Where did he go? I did not see where. Where did you go? Come yourself.
Quit following me.
Following you. I'm you.
Yeah, this'll do.
You just pick
Even
up
though you
fruit
say
from the
he's
ground.
the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Gosh.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right. You.
Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Oh, that's how complicated, but I do.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
Prove it. You're a puppet.
Puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
There's somewhere.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Alright.
And let's return to the city.
Yeah, that's Chicken Joy. Specialty. Turn to the...
Too slow. Squall of
Let's
fury.
fly there. Fly. The dog block. Here's our sunset.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
Oh, you're
But I
right.
don't...
Don't what? You don't have a purpose.
No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Yeah, I wonder what he thinks purpose is.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters
Gonna
over
help.
the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you.
Be a good boy now.
All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Go to the Raiden Shogun. Ah, we're just going up. What if we bring him to his mother?
Behold!
We're just gonna parade him around in front of... Here's your boy.
What's wrong?
Why does Nahida have a computer?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
Also, we're gonna give him back his memory, so he's gonna be annoying again.
Say that you were trekking across to Vat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja.
Shugen.
Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Or a brat.
Oh, okay.
Brat.
I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil.
Oh, that's why he's gonna be a brat
because
again.
of what other people did. And many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Oh, you told him
I
everything.
gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
Now you're gonna step on people.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we.
But I wonder what's the story of him getting his vision from Venti. We were each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Secret.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please.
Yeah, I'm
I want
gonna
to see
call
them for
him
myself.
Moy Moy
I want
Palaboy.
to experience my own transgressions.
Palaboy
Even
is
though it will cause your presence of great mental anguish.
like a wanderer in Tagal.
With no heart and no name, there is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well.
Gonna be Palaboy.
As you wish.
Wait,
What are you gonna call him, Yuki?
This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
What's that? Oh, Phasmo.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my
Are you
burden to
gonna do?
bear.
Oh, it
Traveler,
finished.
could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Oh, the Archon Quest is good for
Now,
the streaming thing. It's
prepare
3
yourselves,
hours and it's not yet fit. Enter the memory. Oh, there's a domain. The memories of certain puppet. He can be the balladeer. He can also be the have Bukemono.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just finishing.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
It's Katsuragi.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
Oh, these are his...
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
No more artifact space. Great artifact. Are we gonna have artifact? All trash. Mental Master, let's see. Yuki, don't curse this one. Gonna enhance. No, Yuki. No, don't curse the artifact. EM, please. Go to E. It went to H. No, don't drop me with the witch. What? It's second HP. No, Yuki. Stop the curse. What? Wow, shit! Yuki, you curse my artifact again! It gives 1000 HP, what the heck? Then it went to energy recharge. Let's see the last one if it's HP. Feathers, now the cursed. Grading it, have space for more art. Oh, it got EM the last with the last one, but still cursed.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Your boob. Where do we go? What? Oh.
Rise!
There's not. Oh, there was. Open! Oh. Why did you? Be ladders. Oh, there was another way. What is this?
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty. But there's
The child.
nobody here.
Oh, is this the child that died?
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be
Oh
together
no, that's why you felt
forever and
betrayed.
ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him.
What? The
After
child has
leaving
no.
Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
The way he became crazy. Turned into the joke.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Kind of fun. You really tried to hit.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you.
Ooh, the
I've
jest.
been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has
Is
begun.
Jester the leader of the
Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Squall
Gonna
Fury,
step
you dare to gaze upon me? As one with wind and cloud.
The wind knows it.
I guess that's it.
You can't run!
Well, try.
I see through you! Into the wind.
Don't be a killjoy! Just the birds come!
You can't run!
This is order.
Army, do you still have mushrooms?
Looks like I went too far.
Or are they already gone? Oh, there are Elmaros here.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place.
Oh!
It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't
Oh!
Huh.
That's
What do
where
you
the
have
Senora
to
voice
gain
lands
from
came.
belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan.
Oh, I wonder if the
Perhaps you
changes
find fighting in the
made
abyss to
Senora
be a
alive
more
again.
Meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Really?
Poor little tongue?
We'll go to your funeral instead.
She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
The wind knows me.
Quake!
The Temple of Wisdom!
Let me amuse myself a little.
Fallen leaves. Adorn it's fine. One with nature.
Look at me.
Order guide you.
Aye. Next memory, is it gonna be this?
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
Doctor, $9.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Are you...
Can you return my memories to me?
Oh,
Won't that
they'll
mean
become
you'll
a
lose your
brat.
current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Person's part of their...
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Oh, it's a cutscene.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
Oh no. What did you do? Save us.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
He's bullying himself. And we're dead. The end. Oh, that's how he got this vision. Oh, he just got his vision from this quest. He didn't have a vision yet.
This is trying my patience.
Ooh, we're gonna fight yourself? On your own?
More stupid questions.
Your damage is so weak.
Squall
I don't even know how to use it properly.
The wind rises. At my command, you shall fall. Nothing worth mentioning.
What if I die?
Squall and Fury. Insignificant pest. Know your place.
What happens if I die?
The wind rises. Squall and Fury. My endless cycle begins. Behold.
Oh no, you're gonna die, Scaramouche! Oh, you healed yourself. Oh, you're basically immortal. At least you don't fight the bigger one. I hope so.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared.
So you can't lose that fight. You get healed.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
Oh, he's a brat again.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Oh, you come.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Me, myself, but not I. That's a nice achievement. There's no treasure chest. How cheap. What if I leave?
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
Wait, Balladeer.
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Call it a
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Ida doesn't.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Thank you. You'll find.
I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
I wanted to know what you...
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
This
But humans
Archon is
can't live
really
without a heart,
wise.
can they?
I like her
Anyway,
quotes.
I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Hope you can give me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Where are you going, you brat?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name
Oh,
to
this is the
celebrate?
part where I can name.
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too.
Why?
Because Paimon doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
I have a name for you.
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If
We're
you
gonna
can't
name
decide
you.
on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
I control your name. I'm gonna name you.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Serious name.
Have you got
serious.
anything?
Name change rules. Obtain item. Joke from Archon Quest. Change Ian Street vendors. Take note, some names cannot be utilized in name this character. Interface in game or will display the name that you've limit. Travelers, please ensure that you follow our terms of service, use function, Please confirm that you like instigate part. Creation of content discriminates against race, gender, religion, government, or okay, Pokedev, enjoy your dinner. Actually, I was about to end the stream also. The bullying and insulting of any travelers or groups of travelers. Any content violates them. You have to restrict your use of the game if you don't follow this rule. Include suspension, restriction, name restriction, login for free. Same time, your use report function to send feedback. Now, gonna moy palabo. Ah, welcome to the world. Moy palaboy. Oh, so you're just palaboy, literally wonder in Tagalog. You're gonna be palaboy. Welcome to the world, palaboy.
Are you sure?
Your name now? Yes, I think this will.
Oh, all right.
You still
If you say
wonder
so.
whether you're palaboy now.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
What's your nickname?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. No nonsense. I like it. Alright, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
There were some bumps along the way.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
That was a nice arc. Till 3 hours.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Kapalaba. Palaboy. Let's turn to the rest. What's the resting? Palabo. Interesting. Oh, really the house where we're. Palaboy
It's
here.
about time
Oh
we had
no.
a break.
We just gonna
As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
rest up, Paimon.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at that vase.
Still broken. About it.
Someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? Like, Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
Oh, Paimon, you broke it.
You sound lost and confused.
Who's that? What the F?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would
Who
find
the
their
F
mind
are you?
overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Didn't expect somebody to talk to me.
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance.
Who are you?
But for anyone else, who can say?
Is it
When a small
a fontaine?
animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced.
The justice thing,
The
fate
same is
also.
true of fate, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true.
Oh, this
What
is
is
the introduction to the
unseen
Fontaine
is
arc.
but an illusion.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that?
That was a bit
What were they
creepy.
doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
I should. I mem.
Anyway, that vase is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Wonder what was. Ooh. That actually surprised me. Nice. Didn't expect that part. Nice. Now that we have, do we have? No, not enough for. Which event rewards? Oh, the code redeem and the 1-for-1. We can draw one. These Archons, give me the bell. No, not literally the bell. That would be funny though. That I can. There's a lot of achievements. We're gonna play Genius. The one thing. next time we will play Asian. Yeah, I even haven't finished the. There's no main story, so that's Wonders new story. But yeah, that's for today. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a good 3.5 hours playing the Archon quest. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream Friday, hopefully Pokemon, then Saturday. We're gonna play some Back for Blood with Yuki. More Back for Blood because of the new update. Or I might play Team Fight Tactics and all that other one. Legends of. How did you
Wherever
find
in
the
this
secret
world
word?
I roam,
Oh,
I
yeah,
carry
it's
memories
part of
of
the.
my home. This blade. It is the last link I
Oh,
have
did
to
it
the
work?
land
Oh,
of
it
my birth.
worked, but it did not update everything. Thank you for the recent follows, guys. Yeah, we'll be raiding. Let's raid someone playing Genshin. Let's. Ooh, jealous. Go to Ciel. Raid. Yellowway. Playing Genshin. And thank you guys. Until next time. There's 10 seconds. Bye bye.